Yo guys, what is up? 33 and a third RPM here, back today to talk about the next Green Day album in my discography review thing, minus the albums that I don't have. I don't know, it's kind of a train wreck. Today we're talking about Green Day's Nimrod from, I forget the year every time. Don't mess me up in front of the camera. 1997, there we go. This is 3 years after their last album, Insomniac. I have it on CD and I have it on vinyl here, and we're going to talk about it today. This is one of my favorite Green Day albums. I absolutely adore this just beast of an album. I mean, it's like it's 18 songs long. I'm not going to miscount in this review. 18 songs long, and almost all of them are just pop punk perfection. There are some great lyrics on here, especially songs like Nice Guys Finish Last, King for a Day, The Grouch, Scattered, Redundant. There are a bunch of great songs on here. So let's just talk about it. Nimrod. Now, Green Day has Dookie, their album that's already put them into stardom as, hey, you guys are pop punkers from Berkeley. Hold on, let me back up a little bit. If you didn't know, Green Day is a pop punk trio from Berkeley, California, consisting of Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer and guitar player, Mike Dirnt, their bass player, and Trey Cool, their drum player. They came out on the scene, they exploded in 1994 with their release Dookie. That was just punk, a little bit of pop punk, even a little bit of garage rock on the later half of that album. Just masterpiece. All the songs in there are awesome, catchy. It's a really, really great album. They followed it up with Insomniac, which wasn't as well received as Dookie, but was still liked generally. They take a 3-year hiatus after that, and they come back with Nimrod. Now, Nimrod really is an interesting album because in a lot of ways it is very similar to Insomniac, but also very different. If you watch my Insomniac review, you'll hear me say that none of the songs really go past 3 minutes on there. Not the case for Nimrod. Yeah, there are a couple slower songs on here and songs that last a little bit longer, but honestly it doesn't stray too far from the Green Day fare. We're not into the Jesus of Suburbias or Homecomings yet. We're not into the 9-minute tracks. That doesn't mean that these songs aren't great just because it sounds a little bit like Insomniac. In fact, I'll say this is better than Insomniac by a good margin too. This comes out of the gate with Nice Guys Finish Last, which is just if the sarcasm on Insomniac was at a 7, this is definitely at a 9. All the songs on here bite hard, tackling political issues that you're going to see Green Day come back later in their career, especially with this American Idiot, their album that's praised for just taking down the Bush administration after 9/11 and the chaos that happened after that. But songs like Nice Guys Finish Last, The Grouch, Scattered, Redundant, King for a Day, Prosthetic Head, all of these songs just criticize things that are wrong with society, wrong with people, and it's just another fun record to listen to. Nice Guys Finish Last is the first song on here, and comes out of the gate, like I said, with this drum, these drum 16th notes, and just goes in this head-banging guitar riff, with lyrics about, why be the good guy? They always lose. To win, you got to cheat your way in life, and that's just kind of the reality of the situation. It is a great song. I love kind of the way that Billy Joe growls a little bit towards the end of the song and even screams before they go into the guitar solo. That's super cool. It's always nice to hear a guitar solo because we don't get a lot of those in modern music anymore. Second song on here is Hitchin' a Ride. Hitchin' a Ride is just a weird song for Green Day, but it's also super cool. It starts off with this violin intro and then goes into this kind of almost marching-esque snare drum that Trey Cool plays as this plodding bass drum goes over, and Billy Joe sings about needing a ride to happy hour. Really weird lyrics here like, cold turkey is getting stale, tonight I'm eating crow, fermented salmonella, poison oak, oh no. But this doesn't make this song also another just great song, with especially the squealing guitar solo in the latter third of this that is amazing. He just screams 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and goes into this, and it's awesome. This is a great song to see them perform live. I saw them at my leg of the tour do this, and it was awesome. Next song in here, track 3, is The Grouch. The Grouch is definitely the most sarcastic song on here. It's about Billy Joe worrying that he's going to grow up to be like his dad. He's talking about his guts expanding, his hair's getting shaggy, he doesn't know what to do with his life, and he's becoming like his dad, and he hates it. It's definitely one of the most vulgar songs Green Day has ever had in their discography, but it just only makes it that much more hilarious as he goes through saying biting line after biting line, criticizing his dad, but also looking back and criticizing himself as he's growing up. It's a great song, a really funny song too. One of the only songs in here that I actually laughed out loud on. In fact, in Green Day's entire career. Fourth track on here is Redundant. Redundant is a song talking about how modern society is kind of slowed to a crawl and how we don't really get anything done anymore like we used to. Saying that we're caught in this same old loop of repetition. We do things, the same way every time. There's no imagination left in this world. Lyrically, it's interesting, but sonically, it sounds just like a typical Green Day fare, typical pop punk. If you've heard any Green Day song, that's a big critique that all Green Day songs sound alike. If you're a Green Day fan, you can say that it's definitely not true, but to someone looking on the outside, that's probably what it does sound like. Scattered is the fifth track on here. Scattered, I think, is an underrated gem from Green Day. It talks about missing, an ex, girlfriend or something. I got a dozen scattered pictures lying on my bedroom floor. Reminds me of the times we shared and makes me wish that you were here. Super catchy song, especially with this almost sing-along chorus over this, guitar riff that sounds really cool. Especially a wall of noise on this song as we get to the chorus, which is just something also. They brought this song back when they play live, and it's super cool to see them kind of dig up a forgotten gem. All the Time, track 6 on here, has this almost, I don't want to say funky, but it's definitely a headbanger riff as they go through, talking about wasting time and just messing around, and it's a fun song. It's probably, I think, the most fun song on here. Definitely, even one that you could potentially dance to, I think it's a great song. The last songs we have on side A are Worry Rock, Platypus I Hate You, Uptight, and Last Ride In. These songs are okay. The one that I want to talk about is Platypus I Hate You, which is the most visceral Green Day ever gets, I think, any of their material. This song hits hard. The guitars go faster than I've ever seen them play, and the drums are in this double time that's insane. Honestly, the first time I heard this, I couldn't even understand the lyrics because there's just so much sound coming out of my speakers that I was kind of shell-shocked. But it's awesome. It's still a great song. Side B here. The first couple of songs in this, first 5 songs in side B, I don't really care for it too much. We have Jinx, Hashinka, Walking Alone, Reject and Take Back. Reject and Take Back are okay. The other 3 here I just feel like are kind of typical Green Day fare. Then we have King for a Day, which is just a song talking about a guy being transgender or something and trying on his mom's clothes. Being a drag queen and stuff. It's weird, but it's fun. Green Day gets a trumpet to come in and play over it, and that sounds super cool. There's a trumpet solo halfway through here, and I love the way Billy Joe kind of I don't know how to describe it, kind of meshes his words together on the second verse and makes it sound like he's still a little kid singing about this issue instead of a 25-year-old. The second to last song on here I'd say is probably Green Day's most famous song. This is Good Riddance, Time of Your Life. You've heard this song 1,000 times before. You'll probably want to shoot yourself in the head when you hear it again. At least I know I do. It doesn't mean it's not a great song. It just means that it's been played to death so many times. Weddings, funerals, school dances, school graduations. You've definitely heard the song. And if you don't know the name of this song, that title doesn't sound familiar. Go look it up. I guarantee you've heard this song. The last song to close out here is called Prosthetic Head, and Prosthetic Head is a really interesting track. I would like to see how people would have received this album if Good Riddance, Time of Your Life just ended on that album, because I think it's really kind of a melancholy note to end what is pretty much just kind of a banger of an album. All of these songs really hit you except for the last track. That would be track 17, Good Riddance, but they stick track 18, Prosthetic Head, on here, which goes back to this traditional form. I would have preferred it if Good Riddance was the last song on here in similar fashion to on their next album, Waiting, how they put Macy's Day Parade in the last song. I think it's just a really nice ties the album together as a whole. So yeah, those are the songs that I think are great. Now let's talk about what's inside this release. So, excuse me, because I have the CD copy, I can show you what the insert is, even though it's already up on my wall somewhere. It looks like this. It's all them tied up with duct tape, but of course, it's the size of a record, so it's super big and it's super cool. These aren't in the vinyl, these are just on the CD, but it's all lyrics for all the songs with pictures of the band members. I think it's kind of cool. In the actual vinyl, though, like I said, no digital download, you just get, that's why you gotta buy the CD, I guess. You just got the insert and the actual record itself. Now, Unlike the Insomniac label, this one's yellow, but it does it in a better way where you can actually read it, and it's hopefully going to focus on camera today. Focus. Focus. Nimrod. There you go. There's side A. You got all those songs in here. I like how some of the titles are honestly kind of messed up, and they're like scratched out and scribbled over. I think that's kind of cool. Focus. There we go. Got side B on that side. I honestly like this label. It fits with the, it's the same, like, little bubble that's on the guys' faces on the cover. It's pretty cool. And then on the back of this album, we have pictures of these, like, random, honestly don't know who half of these people are because I can only recognize the band members. But got the tracks, got side 1 up there, side 2 down there, Nimrod again in big letters, and you got all these pictures here. That's Billy Joe Armstrong right there. Can't do this backwards. Mike Dirnt is right there, and I believe, yeah, that's Trey Cool right there. That's all of them. And then there's these random people scattered throughout. Honestly, this is a really solid release from Green Day. Definitely one of my favorite projects by them. I'm going to give this album an 8.5 out of 10, and thank all of you guys for watching. If you like Nimrod, or if you have a favorite song, or if you're just sick of Good Riddance time of your life, let me know in the comments below. Thumb up this video. Subscribe if you want to see me talk about more Green Day stuff. You know, I appreciate all that stuff. I love talking with you guys down there. But until next time, guys, I'm 33 1/3 RPM, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Keep on spinning.